So yeah, so when I say, don't put your head down and be silent, I mean, like, even now, everybody want to bug up on Johnny Somali, but they didn't bug up when their friends started talking crazy to them and calling them Ching Chong, and they say you want to hear Chinese and throw some silverware on the ground. They didn't bug up and have the same energy when they start squinting their eyes at their friends, or back in the day when they was calling them the G word. I'm like, get out of here, man. That's how I feel. I just don't feel like it's really genuine. I just feel like it's opportunistic virtue signaling. Where they pissed off, now they upset. Now they say, oh, F around and find out. Like it's a sundown town or something. Like, no, you stand up for yourself. I remember seeing this dude on Reddit, and he was saying a similar thing about Indians, where they get clowned and they treat it like a joke. What is it? What's his name? Lepite or Picatu or something like that. I'm like, was that an Indian? I don't think it was an Indian. I don't think it was a black dude either. But my thing is, every time I hear like stuff happening with people who happen to look like me, with a culture that probably isn't predominantly ran by people that look like me, I always hear them trying to take it as a spiritual win. And I don't like that kind of energy, because it's not really by them. They say, yeah, man, yeah, F around and find out. I'm like, these aren't from you. You guys are the opposite of what the people at the motherland do. Y'all don't bug up. Y'all don't wild out. Y'all shut the hell up and y'all just keep your head down. So I'm like, now that, like, today, after that spa shooting, I'm like, finally, you guys are speaking up. I remember this guy, I think he was like the angry Asian something from TikTok. I'm like, I'm glad. I was happy about that guy, because at least he was consistent. At least he's like, hey, yo, y'all not gonna keep on talking about us crazy like that. I'm like, yeah, stand up for yourself. I'm like, my thing is just, I think with the Indian person, I was kind of irritated with people like Minnie Kaling, because she is obviously assimilated into the American system. Only dates white dudes, feels some strange type of way, kind of hates white dudes, but like dating them. It's weird. I really feel like the American system has us reacting in all types of ways. But I feel like it's just like, I'm not saying don't like white men, but I'm saying, like, I don't know, show better nuance with how you feel. If you got problems, be open. If you are moral, stay consistent with that morality. Don't sit here and say, oh, I hate white men. I hate white America. I hate white culture. I hate American culture. But be in America like that. I got gripes with America, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, I guess I learned this when I returned from Japan, was that, like, there's certain benefits. I kind of had a perspective a little bit. Like, America's great for business, but America does have its own freedoms, but it still got its own problems. But my thing is just, at least for individuals, like, my bad, my hands are ashy as heck. At least for black people, man, we've been continuously pointing out, like, hey, stop doing this stuff to us. Hey, that's not fair. Hey, we need to fight for people who look like us. And even then, we be fighting for other people's battles. And I think that's why some of us stop. Like, because it's like, dude, we keep fighting for y'all, but y'all don't fight for us. What's up with that? And I don't understand that. It don't make any sense to me. And I think for some people, they say, like, a guy said, it was an Indian dude, and I think he tried to mean well when he said this, but he said, like, his mother told him, like, when you're in trouble, find a black woman, and it's like, I think it's because his mother knew, like, yo, they're on that timing. What happened to Black Lives Matter? These were by two black women. Black people aren't on that timing of doing right. Now, yes, are there some hooligans and they traumatized and they got problems, attachment issues, all that stuff, mental illnesses? Yes, they do. But as a black person, you kind of know what time it is. You don't get the same treatment if you're mentally ill, got problems, versus your white counterparts. My thing is just like, many of us understand there's black people who are not really with us. There's black people who are kind of schemers and they're not really good people to be around, and even though this term don't always apply, it still kind of applies. It's called not all skin folk is kinfolk. And they not all. Just because somebody's black don't mean they really down for you. They were slave catchers. They were black. There was people who was obsessed with white people, and they hated black people. There's some folks who are not even just that. They're just selfish, greedy people. They're immoral people. And it's hard, man. I don't want to sit here and say every white person's bad. I don't believe that. I met white people. When I have these thoughts, but I treat people on an individual basis. I don't hate people in general. But when I hear so many people kind of targeting folks like Johnny Somali, but they don't keep that same energy for other people, especially at home, I start feeling some type of way. I'm like, why are they leaning on hood black people like China Mac for like bugging up and stuff? Don't just be confused when somebody say some crazy stuff. What? I don't understand. What are you talking about? No, dude. When somebody say some crazy stuff, say, hey, excuse me, sir, I don't like that. And I don't care what your white friends say. Like, really, get at them so they can learn, like, yo, there's consequences to talking to me and people like me like that. And then, yeah, they'll try to give you a name or something, but at least they'll stop bothering you, bugging up at you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, at least one thing I'll say for the Asian community, like, yeah, stop Asian hate, and also stop trying to search for like a little guy to pick on. Like, stop trying to come at black people with this classist mentality or like this weirdo social Darwinist caste system behavior. Like, you know, we're not your enemy. Back in the day, we were kind of locked in. And I'm not saying, oh, let's just team up against whitey. I'm just saying, like, yo, know where you're at. Know the system you're in. We're all kind of getting the stick. And if you think this is just minorities versus whites, this ain't just whites. If you're a white person and you fail the standard of whiteness, you know, if you're not skinny enough, if you're not pretty enough, if you may not be small enough, you're getting in the bucket. Again, I made a little system where it's like, you know, it cascades down. Why do you think when Dr. Umar Johnson said that, like, they'll never have a black person date a high quality top shelf white woman? Because there's still this hierarchy of folks. And if you're not rich enough, if you're not pretty enough, if you're not healthy enough, if you don't got the weight, you know, you might get thrown in that category. And then that's why you see some folks who got bad self-esteem, they start looking in other places. Because they know, hey, maybe they'll give me a shot versus my own people. So yeah, this is a system that's kind of founded on, like, it's not just racism. It might be discrimination, but it's just something far more grander. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, a caste system, but it's kind of like a caste system that's first by skin, then it's by your economics, then it's by, like, I don't know, social stuff. Like, it's a hierarchical thing. So when I tell people, like, yo, stand up for yourself, I'm not saying that, like, yo, just let them beat on you, or just, you know, I'm gonna disregard your feelings. What I'm saying is, like, just like standing up to bullies, and I think America kind of has a bully mentality socially, you know, abroad and all this other stuff, like the geopolitics. I don't know enough about that. You know, I've just heard stuff that people are not a fan of America's presence sometimes. But I'm saying they have to stand up for themselves. They can't just be just shutting the hell up and then speaking up when it's a person that everybody don't like. Like, no, speak up, dog. You know, if the folks from the motherland ain't gonna tolerate nonsense, do the same thing. Again, like, here's an example. Folks are trying to take Asian culture and say, hey, we want to make a better version of boba tea. What you gonna do about that? Asians, Asian Americans, American family, what y'all gonna do about that? They literally taking our culture and saying it's not good. They're saying it's insufficient. Folks are literally trying to take your stuff, man. And that's how I'm feeling. Like, yo, folks got the gall to tell Asian folks, hey, yo, we need your product is not good. This is just like the MSG scare. Ain't nothing wrong with MSG. You get soy sauce. There's plenty of stuff that got natural MSG in it. I'm just saying, it was weird. And again, I didn't hear no scare about that, no fear. And also in Illinois, they had this mascot. It was I guess it was called the C word. If you Asian, you know what that means. It's CHINKS. That wasn't wild. It took an angry Asian dude to be like finally stand up and say, "Hey, yo, y'all gotta stop this stuff. This is not cool. Stop doing this stuff." And I'm like, "Yes, fight for your respect, your dignity." I'm like, "Yeah," and not like, and don't have this like, man, y'all better come with us. No, you don't demand anything. Fight for your rights and just ask, "Hey guys, man, we want to be with y'all." Like, I'm trying to like do the right thing. I think there's plenty of moral people, black, otherwise Asian, who just want to help support the right thing. So come in here. If you want support from black people or other people, come with good energy. Be respectful. Don't come in with demands and stuff like that. But if you want to fight for your rights and you say, "Hey, if you got the time, help me out here, man," and I'm gonna be on that same energy. If you need help, then let's do it. Let's not be on this goofy stuff that's like picking and choosing, oh, I don't know. Oh, it's just like, no, dude. Like, let's fight for what's right because it's right. Now on this strategic play, if you're gonna do that for something else. Don't do that for this. So yeah. I'm not gonna be mad if Johnny Somali gets his 5 years. Like, he deserves it. He's worked very hard for those 5 years in prison. So you can give him what he's earned, and if he gets sent over here, hopefully he gets something too, because that behavior, I don't care what race, what color it comes from, it got to be treated the same with intolerance. Now this goofy stuff, let's just say that. That's it.